would you think, say if it did happen, do you think the word genocide would lose its hyperbole a little bit?
Yeah, genocide is just so far away from whatever the fuck we're talking about here. But like everybody wants to call everything the most extreme word. Something that I've said before when it comes to language is when people call on terms, they're not really trying to accurately describe anything. They're just trying to get like the most like moral condemnation they possibly can. And that's why like people love the word genocide. That's why Canada is trying to like bend over backwards to talk about like the indigenous people genocide or whatever, because like genocide just means that you have to feel like something is like really 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 important.
It's almost, I don't know. I feel like again, it's like a very anti-progressive way to look at it because it's kind of like you're saying that discrimination isn't sexy enough, like it's not exciting enough to say that people are getting systemically discriminated against,
Yeah.
or that there's like erasure or like even human rights abuses. Apparently, all that's like too boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, or
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
know
kind of like
because
yeah, it's like saying like, oh, like somebody was an asshole to me. Like that's not enough anymore. Like asshole, who cares? They were abusive. Ooh, now I care, right? It's the same type of thing. Like or like the people using psychology terms to describe like everything these days. Like, oh my god, he lied to me. He didn't lie to you. He gaslit you, right? It's like the same shit, right? That dude, that guy's like kind of anti-Semitic. It's really weird. Like, and he might be like I feel like he's racist too. No, he's a Nazi, right? Like everything is like, I mean, and conservatives will say that like liberals do this, but conservatives do this all the time too, right? In the United States, I don't know if it's the same in Scotland or the UK or whatever, but in the US, like conservatives used to call everybody a fucking communist constantly. Obama's a communist, Clinton's are communists, they're all commies, the Clinton commies, they're all tricoms, it's all Red China, all commies, Soviets, but like they did that shit all the fucking time. So I mean, like conservatives had their hand in it too. Everybody does. It's just stupid fucking language games.
I was in Georgia once in a bar, and some guy actually did ask me. I said I was from Scotland, and he asked what it was like living under communist rule.
Communism.
That's one of my
Bro, I grew
favorite
up
fucking.
until like probably 14, 15 years old. I thought the US was the only democracy in the world.
Yeah, that's why I said the American education system. I don't know what to.
Yeah. Well, I
The
don't know if I
American.
could blame the American education system so much. It's just like my parents would just always say. My mom was like a Cuban immigrant, so they're like really big on like America, America. Like America's the only free country in the world, the only free country in the world. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh cool. And I guess we're like the only democracy or whatever. And then like England has like kings and queens and shit and it's whatever. But yeah, just like dumb, stupid rhetoric from super patriotic
Well,
Americans.
that's the thing I worry about because like especially the fact that I got spent the last like month getting sucked into like left wing infighting. Then I remember that the Conservative Party and a bunch of their followers in the UK are still describing fucking refugees as invaders, and I'm like,
Hmm.
is this really like the battle I want to have right now? Like because I know I can definitely show the way that like I can say that the way people read like the Genocide Convention is the same as the way Peterson reads C16, or like the logic that they use is like it's kind of this same thought process that white nationalists used to call it white genocide, like a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's like obviously, like one group's just like so much more dangerous to me than the other.
Yeah.
Do you?
Bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.